Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the ButtKicker Cup Series here on Extreme TV. As we're getting ready to go green here in about 36 seconds. But before we do that, let's take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's race. And we're going to take a look at them right quick as we roll into race. Wrong points. They're not working, so we'll take a look at other points. The names are right, the logo's off. But we'll take a look at the team points coming into tonight. Take a look, team points coming into tonight. GGR out front with 235 points. SBR out back there in second. EBSR setting 220. SRN coming in fourth in team here tonight. ELR coming in 58 points, ranked fifth on the board. Team points wise coming into race number here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Going to be a good one here tonight. 134 laps here tonight is what we will run for the ButtKicker Cup Series. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Row number one coming in right now is Jared T. Darling. Chris Downing will start on the outside. Row number two, David Duke and Eric Garrison. Row number three, Paul and Beal. Row number four, Justin White and Alexander Hendry. Chris Schooler and Joe Diaz dos Santos in 10. Robert Mathis and Austin Aaron Corey. Row number 7 is Nathan Moyer and Joshua. Row number 8, Dakota Camper starting 15th. Jamie Lee Dunning in 19th. Travis White comes to 17th here tonight. Al Speed 18th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin 19th. Matt Miller 20th. Brandon Thomas start 21st here tonight. Pedersen in 22nd. Derek M. Garrison 23rd. Joey 24th. John Green State 25th. Robert 26th. Christopher 27th. Woodard 28th. Doug Neal 29th. Matt Mackin 30th. 31st. Michael. Cars getting ready to go green here tonight at Atlanta. 31 Cup cars here tonight. Downing will bring them down on the front row. Of course, Downing there in that number one machine will bring them to green here in just one moment. And I want to thank everyone for coming out to Extreme MTV here tonight. ButtKicker Cup Series round number 3 coming your way in just 1 minute as the field will work their way down the back straightaway once again. Field coming down the back straightaway here, getting ready to go green. Lights off on the pace car here tonight. This track, an old worn out surface these guys will have to deal with for 134 laps here tonight. Green flag getting ready to wave as they exit turn number 4. Pace car is off. Everybody double file down the short chute. Green flag in the air, we're underway. You're in Atlanta Motor Speedway here tonight, coming up to speed, headed towards turn number 1. Downing, Darling, your front row. Downing will drop back. Everybody will work their way back just a little bit here. Through turn number 1. David Duke back there in 31st, getting off of pit road here. Did not make the start. Side by side up in front. That is going to be the 1 machine up in front. And clear. Excuse me, the 7 machine making a move for the race lead here. And good move. He'll jump to the outside and doesn't have it just yet. He'll be scored in second now. He'll get to the lead as they work their way through lap number 1. The 1 machine of Darling. A little bit out of shape down there below the yellow white line. There goes the 9 of Eric Garrison working his way to 3rd. Eric into 3rd. Bill back there in 4th. As they all work their way through here. Lap number 2 of 134 here tonight. Alexander Hendry sitting in the top 5 right now early on. Alexander having a good run there in that number 2 machine. Darling dropping back to 6th. Schooler in 7th as they work their way down the front back straightaway once again. Field single file right now. Lap number 3 on the board. Darling sitting in 6th. Let's jump back here to Mathis. Battle just outside the top 10 here. Joshua and Nathan Moyer, your points leader back here in this little scrap as well. Moyer back here in the 12th position. White 13. Travis White 14. Cars out of shape behind him, getting a little loose there. Lap number 4. Everybody's still able to hang on to it here early on. Already 4 out of 134 complete. Travis White and Justin White will battle right here, 14th and 15th. Dakota Camper back here in this battle as well as Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Al Speeds there in the 36 out of the SRN camp. Trying to work his way forward deep in the pack right now. Not a surprise, you would expect SRN to be a little stronger than what they've been. For Speeds back here in 17th. David Duke not making start here. He'll have to work his way forward throughout the night, and it's a lot of cars to work your way by here in the NASCAR ButtKicker Cup Series, presented by Unified iRacing League here tonight. 1 car down on the apron there, that's the 17, out of shape of Dakota Camper. Dakota Camper down there on the apron. Out of shape, he'll get it gathered back up. In lap number 8 of 134 here tonight. As we work our way through, everybody single file right now. Great racing up front. Trying to figure it out right now. So, as we work our way through lap number 7, everybody figuring everything out. Up in the front right now is Jared Darling trying to chase down Chris Downing. Downing out front. Doing a good job pulling away. In that number 7 machine, Darling 2nd, Eric Garrison 3rd, Schooler 4th, Stringfellow in 5th right now. That's your top 5 still really early on here at Atlanta. Of course, lap number 9 on the board. This time by at Hot Atlanta Motor Speedway. This place can reach out and bite you in a hurry. They've already dropped about 5/10 of a second of lap time off their fastest time here since they got the green earlier tonight. Shows you how much tire wear matters here. Just 9 laps complete and you're already 6/10 off of your fastest time. Lap number 10 on the board of 134 here tonight. Everybody single file down into 3 and 4. Duke's still way back there in the pack, hasn't been able to run the front down at all 10 laps complete. And I believe he is still 1 lap down. Look at Bob the Builder sitting there in 6 to 29 of Alexander Hendry, sitting in the top 6 right now, having a good run. Joe DeSantos right there behind him. Joe trying to put some pressure on that 29 machine. Schooler still up in front of him. Schooler trying to hang on as well. '83 around the bottom of the racetrack right now. Having a pretty smooth run, running the bottom side. And here comes the 29 of Hendry once again. Hendry trying to inch his way forward back into the top 5. He's got the 31 right there in front of him. Of a Schooler. Again, well, it's at 12 to 134 complete here tonight. Meanwhile, we got a little bit of a battle for the race lead. That's Downey up front, and look at that. Darling able to get around him. He ran down Downing, got around him, makes the pass, and he'll pull away. And here comes Eric Garrison as well, trying to take advantage. Garrison to the bottom in the number 9 Napa machine. Everybody down the back straightaway right now, going at it right at the moment. Hanging on up in front. These guys doing a great job right now. Up in front of the pack. Great racing up front right now, as you can see on your screen. And folks, looks like we got a co-commentator. Squeak, you got a copy on me, buddy.
There, Matt.
All right, Squeak in the booth with us here tonight. Well, Squeak, we got a heck of a race going on early on in this one. Tire wear already kicking in. What's your thoughts here from what you've seen so far?
Yeah, well, so far you've talked about you've talked about how bad that tire falls off and how the speeds just decline so much. And during this full race, you're going to need to conserve those tires. And I'm sure by the looks of it right now, quite a few of these guys have lost the handling on their cars because of the tires starting to get worn out. And that's going to be something to watch as we got a caution here, it looks like.
Yeah, we got a yellow on the raceway. We'll go back and see if we can find where it happened. See if we can find. Looks like it's the 12 maybe involved of green slate. No, looks like he did not start it. Still looking for a number. See if we can find who ran into a problem. The 99 was slow as well here. We'll see. Sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out where the accident actually happened. We got smoke. I just don't see any cars around or anything. You see anything on your end there, Squeak?
I'm trying to look for it. I don't see anything from my point yet.
Me neither. We got a car up high. I'm not sure who that is.
Oh, I see what happened. Yeah, it looks like it was between the 3 and the 23. It looks like they made contact in the tri-oval here.
All right, let's go back and take a look here. 3 and the 23 making contact, bringing out the first caution. And let's see, yep, right there it is. You're correct. And Brandon just got up into the 23 and moved him straight up into the fence. Nothing Travis White could do there. Big impact there for Brandon as well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the 23 and the 3, as well as looks like that was Derek Garrison caught up it as well. Tough breaks for all of them as they were running pretty decent so far. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened with Brandon there, and
it looks like he didn't. It looks like he didn't realize he was there.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, which is really unfortunate. But
well, Squeak, before we go any further, I do want to thank you for coming up here with us and helping us out tonight. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, for one thing about it, you come on board first show with me, it's going to be a heck of a show. We got 31 cars out there. We got a lot of action to cover all night long, and I have a feeling it's going to be a crazy night from start to finish.
Yeah, that indeed. There is a big field here tonight. There's going to be lots of side-by-side action, lots of racing, and probably cars just getting sideways. We'll probably see more cautions here as the race goes on and those tires get worn and people start getting that rear end kicked out. Um,
Yeah,
we're in for an exciting one, to say the least.
for sure. And you take a look at the team standings coming in tonight. We looked at those earlier tonight. There's some teams out there that can make up some ground, I think, here.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of ground that can be made up for teams, and just in the point standings, there is a pretty close gap between the top 10, I'd say, about. So if someone's going to have a bad night, you could make up a lot of ground here and go into next week feeling good, feeling a little bit better. Because next week is Bristol, and Bristol, that's a tough track itself. Lots of close quarter action, and
Yeah,
could be bad for some.
The thing about going into Bristol next week, that track is one of those tracks to where you're either going to have a good night or a bad night. You're not going to have a mediocre night at Bristol. Like, that place is just unreal to try to drive at, man.
Yeah, that's somewhere where you have to be up on the wheel all the time. You don't know what's going to happen. You got slower cars and you got people that you're going to be battling by. And like you said, it's either going to be a good night and you're going to walk out with your head high, or you're going to walk out with your head down low and frustrated at other people and maybe some tempers flaring.
Yeah, well, it looks like we got the lights back off on the pace car again here. You got Jared and Garrison up front. Neither one of those pitted. The first car that came down pit road is, I believe, Joe back here in the 5 car, and 21st would be the first car on fresh tires. All right, Squeak, you think fresh tires will help you that far back?
It probably will if we are able to go green here for a little bit, but you also have to be patient and you can't push the issues too much. Because if you push the issues too much with those guys on older tires, you're probably going to cause a wreck or two. So you're just going to have to be patient and let those tires come to you.
And for Squeak, well, lights are out on the pace car. Once again, we want to thank everyone for coming out to the Extreme Stem TV here tonight. Matt and Squeak in the booth with you. Pretty fun combination. We haven't done this one before, Squeak, but so far, so good.
Yeah, excited to see how the rest of the night goes, and I'm sure these guys will give us a good race to commentate.
Alrighty, man. Coming off turn 4, we're about to put it back in the air, buddy. Well, let's see if that 9 can have a good start on the outside.
Pace car taking the hard left.
Green flag.
Here we go.
Oh, they spun their tires. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Man, at least the first top 3, all 3 of them spun them a little bit.
Yeah, that one got a good start, however, a little bit better than the guys behind him. He's going to get a good lead here going into 1 and 2. They're going to be side by side for second place.
Yeah, nice battle right there. While you take a look at that, we're going to drop back, quickly look at the 5 as well. See how he's faring on these fresher tires. He is making up ground here. And you can see the difference on your screen, just how much quicker he is. But like you said, Squeaky, he's got to be careful working up through there.
Yeah, that is not something you want to cause or get into a wreck, because you have the new tires and more speed. And if you cause yourself a wreck, then that pit stop was for nothing and you're out of a set of tires.
Exactly. And not only that, you don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't have unlimited sets either anymore.
No, you got a limited set of tires. I don't know how many sets there are. Actually, I can check quick. But yeah, you do not have a limited tires.
I want to say you've got 4 sets, I think, but I'll let you check and double check that.
Yeah, I'll check real quick.
Great little battle down the back straightaway here right now. That's Matt Miller. Dakota Camper side by side, 9th, 10th back here. Contact with the 98 up the racetrack on Miller. Miller hanging on to that ride. Here comes the 77 of Doug Neal. Doug Neal, he'll split the middle here, trying to make it work. He'll not able to make it in there. He's going to have to back off. And right here, Joe working his way forward. We're looking at him right now. Restarted 21st. He's already in the top 15. So
Yeah, and to get back to you, we got 4 sets of tires.
trouble! 4 sets of tires and trouble on the racetrack as well.
Oh, that's gonna be a big one.
Oh no, that was a
Oh, that's
mess.
unfortunate.
That was Matt
And they're still
Miller.
wrecking.
That was Matt Miller that ended up involved in that. Let's go take a look at that because I've seen Matt Miller get turned off the right
Looks like
front.
we have 5 or 6 cars involved there.
The 21 hard into it. It looks like Matt was side by side. Oh, I see what you're talking about. More piling in. The 11. Wow. Let's look at this in slow mo, guys. Take a look and see what we see happening here. They were coming down the back straightaway. Matt Miller in the 77 machine of, see who is in the 77, Doug Neal, made contact, started this whole mess. And you talked about it, Squeak, more piled in there, nowhere for people to go.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for those guys that got caught in at the last second. Luckily for, I think the one lucky driver that got through this was that guy who just took new tires, Joe DeSantos. That happened right behind him.
Yeah, so. DeSantos, I think this worked out well for him too, as you talked about, because now you really don't have to. Well, yes, they'll probably come down pit road, but he hasn't ran that many laps on this set as DeSantos. So if we take a look, we'll see where it kind of evens out at. I think this works out for good for Joe. Right now, scored in second. Justin White staying out. He's on 25 lap old tires. Taylor Benjamin in third. He's in second or third on those 8 lap tires as well. Well, Squeak.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Squeak, what do you think, bud? This changes everything.
Yeah, it definitely throws a curveball into the cycle. I think as long as the guys who pitted last caution did not run their tires too hard, it should be able to be decent here at the start. Obviously, tires are going to mean everything, but I think as long as they didn't run too hard, they're not going to get trampled and freight trained here.
Well, I just got a message from a friend, one of our viewers from the channel, watches all my shows, and they are saying that they want a Squeak Extreme Sim TV shirt.
That'd be cool. We could probably work something out for that.
We could probably come up with something, Squeak.
Yeah, limited edition, something cool, something fancy.
Yeah, just do one run of it or something.
Yeah.
But while we got a break here, let's talk about our amazing sponsor, ButtKicker, man. I used to have one of these things, Squeak, and I loved it. I let it go because I didn't use it properly. I didn't know how to set it up properly. I'm going to get one again. But man, with a ButtKicker, you could literally feel everything this car is doing. And the one I had was the Gamer 2, which I believe is one of the ones that y'all are racing. And I tell you what, those things are unreal. You go over rumble strips, you feel it in your butt. You change gears, you feel it. I don't know, Squeak, it just makes the sim racing aspect of everything a lot better.
Yeah, them ButtKickers, they'll make your experience a whole lot better. Like you said, you can feel every little bump if you go into a corner on the straightaway, and you know, sometimes it can be good. After a while, it might feel a little bit bad on your bottom there, but it definitely does make the experience a lot better, and it's definitely something that everyone, if they can, should get.
Yeah, I ran the 24-hour with Le Mans with a ButtKicker. I did my nighttime stint about 6 hours of driving, and needless to say, I was numb by the time it was over with.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But here we go, getting ready to go back green once again. Santos white front row. We'll have to look out for some tire spin out of the 2. Again, 27 lap old tires on that car.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to watch. You got a few guys on different strategies. You know, I'm not sure I would stay out this long on them tires. It's kind of a risk that you're going to have to take. And I think if I was out there for that long, I'd be hoping for a caution pretty quick. But I think the best person right now is Joe DeSantis with those newer tires.
Yeah, and if you take a look at it, the only car really out there right now that's got 4 sets left is going to be Justin on the front row. So maybe it'll turn out his way here. We'll find out. 27 on the board. And he spun him a little bit there. Not too bad, Squeak. He spun him a little bit, but he got it straightened back out.
Yeah, and that high side on these restarts doesn't really pay dividends to the one on the outside. You're kind of going to lose a little bit of time. There's not as much grip, and you're able to spin the tires more often. So looks like Joe Santos is going to slide himself into fourth here as we're going to go 3 wide for a split second.
Yeah, you seen White get up the racetrack there. Those tires are just killing him right now. He's just got to take care of this car.
Scorched.
Yeah. He just needs to be careful here and not get ran over, basically.
Yeah, that's definitely what he has to do, and I'm sure he's hoping for a caution here so he can get those tires on his car. Here we go. Here's DeSantis looking for second. Not sure he's going to have enough speed. Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's going to stay into third. We got Taylor Butcher Benjamin going into first place here. He's going to lead his first laps of the night.
Yeah, Taylor doing a good job out front. He's on 12-lap old tires, the same tires that DeSantos is on. And I tell you what, right there behind him, Downing, right there on these new set of tires, a little bit fresher, and taking advantage of it right now.
That he is, and I think he's going to try and make quick work of Taylor here so he can put a little bit of gap between him and the fields, because it looks like we have a little bit of a breakaway from the top 4, and then you have the top 7 right there, and then you got another gap. So yeah, it looks like it's trying to make the best of him as we go for a battle for the lead here. It's going to get around Taylor and make it look easy.
Yeah, those tires playing dividends for him. Here comes DeSantos right there as well. I tell you what, DeSantos' strategy is playing out pretty good. He's up to second. He'll probably lose second here to Darling in just a moment, but if he can keep that car in the top 5, I think that plan worked out.
Yeah, I think that's a win for him right now. Obviously, the one's taking a look inside of him right now, but if you look back towards the field, I mean, as long as he's able to stay within these 7 cars, the Taylor gets a little bit loose there. I think it'll do good. Doing good during the long run.
It'll pay dividends there in the end. If we go back and take a look at Justin White, man, he has dropped all the way to 16. Continues to fall here on those 32-lap old tires. I just don't see how this strategy is going to pay off for him later.
Yeah, he's fallen like a rock indeed, and I think I would have taken those tires. I don't think I would have risked it and hoped for a caution, but we'll see. Still a long ways to go here. See if it's able to come back and play dividends into him later in the race.
Tell you what, sitting back there in that 29 good rent Chevrolet, we call him Mr. Bob the Builder, Alexander Hendron, working his way, building himself a nice little run inside the top 5 right now.
Yeah, and Bob has not gotten the finishes he's wanted these past few weeks, and I think he's ran good and he has that confidence. He just got to find that last little bit to finish off where he has been running. So hopefully this is a good night for him, as it looks like he's going to get a good run off of 4 here on try and get to Taylor Butcher Benjamin's back bumper inside of him.
Yeah, and that good run there as we'll look back a little bit further as well. Right behind them, you got Joshua. They're in the 6th with the Santos. Still in the top 7. Still think that worked out pretty well to Santos. But right now, I'm back up here to Alexander on the back bumper of the Butcher. Trying to get around the Butcher, known as Taylor Butcher Benjamin, man. That's a hard job.
Yeah, but it looks like he's going to get to his inside here. So I'm assuming he's going to drop it low and hold on the white line and make a clear pass here going into 1 and 2. And yeah, he does. He makes it look easy there. I'm not quite sure if he's on the newer tires like some of these other guys, but he definitely got it around Taylor there pretty easily.
Yeah, good job getting around Taylor. But right now, everybody's starting to get spread out a little bit again. And let's go take a look. Running, representing the SRN, David Duke, inside the top 20 right now in 11th. And I tell you what, David Duke, great guy. I raced with him on Sunday night. Of course, going into tomorrow night's race that we've got, pretty much a winning or in situation for David Duke tomorrow night. So I'm wondering, racing here in Atlanta, we got Chicago in tomorrow night. I kind of wonder if he's just looking for seat time.
Yeah, the seat time does play a big role, and obviously these tracks are a little bit different, or those two tracks are a little bit different from each other, but the more seat time, the better, and it'll definitely help you out in understanding how the cars work and how much you have to save and how much you can push and what it's like to be behind someone or out front. And
Yeah,
I'm sure it's really helping him out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Any type of racing, it knocks the rust off. Update for me too, guys. I go in 13 points to the good in the playoffs. So wish me luck tomorrow night. But right now, Darling's still out front. Yeah, we do. And what a great job he's done. That's going to be Darling to the front. Ran down to 7 of Downey.
Oh, 7 got a little bit loose right there. Had to chase it up the track.
He did a good job hanging on to it. He kept it off the fence. He got it. He kept it off the fence, man, but he did have to chase it.
Yeah, it's going to be important tonight. You can, as long as you don't hit that wall on the backstretch, you'll be fine. Obviously, you'll lose a little bit of time and you'll probably hurt your tires a little bit, but I think if I was there racing right now, I'd rather have the back end kick out and be able to keep it off the wall than hit the wall and end my race.
We always want your car to be too loose and not too tight, trust me. The looser, I cannot handle a tight race car at all. I can't handle the front end pushing up like that.
Yeah, I like a little bit looser race car. Gives me a little bit more freedom. Obviously, there's risks with that, but as long as you're able to drive it, you're set sail.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what you're looking for. Everybody we got a couple of little battles here within the top 10, but everybody, for the most part, kind of spread out. As you see, Nathan, points leader right now at 9th, Christopher in 10th.
And they're going around Brandon Thomas. They're going to put him a lap down here. Unfortunate night for him. Obviously, he was caught up in that last caution. Man, see if he can maybe rebound here later tonight.
Yeah, Brandon not having the best luck this season. Brandon, man, I just want to see Brandon's season turn around for him a little bit here.
Yeah, I think he does as well, and it's still early in the season. I'm sure he knows that, and he's thinking about how he can do better next race, and I'm pretty sure he'll be a factor later in the season.
I think so too. As we take a look back up front, as Darling has over the race lead, he got it away from Downing and pulling away. Bob the Builder right there in 3rd. And he's hanging in there, old Bob. Never count him out.
Yeah, definitely do not count Bob out quite yet. Looks like got a 4 in the 6th. Had a little bit trouble getting around that slower car of Brandon Thomas, but it looks like they're managing it right now.
Yeah, they were able to get around him. They jumped to the bottom, made it work. But I tell you what, that's also hard trying to get around a slower car like that. You're catching them so quick, it can get you in trouble.
Yeah, it's definitely going to have to be something you watch out for. And if we do get these green flag pit stops, that's going to be something to also watch out for. The speed is going to be huge in between the cars, and you're probably going to see someone on your relative, and next thing you know, they're right in front of you, and you do not want to get into someone on newer tires.
But I tell you what, you look back here at somebody like Justin, his strategy not playing off at all, dropping back to 19th. He did not want this long run at this part of the race.
Yeah, he definitely did not want to see that, and just to keep in mind, I'm not quite sure when these guys are going to have to be pitting here, but if he keeps falling back like this, he might be in trouble of going a lap down. He's 16 seconds behind the leader, probably going to be around 17 this lap.
Yeah, he's in desperate trouble right now. And the tires have evened off a little bit. Last time by, the leader ran a 31.6, ran a 31.9. So the tires have evened back off. So now we know the tipping point. The tipping point is somewhere around 20 laps. Because what I mean by that, folks, is Justin's on 20 lap older tires than the leader, but the lap times they've kind of evened out a little bit. And that's some information you need to know, Squeak, if you're a driver.
Yeah, that's something that could also play on later during this race. I know as a driver, I like to, realize and try and think about what the difference is between the new and older tires. So if I do have to make that green flag pit stop, I can think about it and think about when the best time to pit is. As we go back here, looks like Bob's closing in a little bit on that 7 car. Trying to put some pressure on him, trying to go for second place. Nothing too crazy going on in the field right now. Everybody's kind of separated by themselves. Joe DeSanto starting to fall back just a little bit, but nothing too crazy right now.
Yeah, we're in this part of the race where everybody's finding their groove, man. And that's the thing, you're 48 laps in, a 134 lap race. You know you're going to have to make some stops coming up here pretty soon. I estimate somewhere between 30 to 31 laps, you'll see cars starting to peel off because your tires do go way before your fuel here. And so, if you short pit, you can gain quite a bit of time here.
Yeah, there's going to be definitely a lot of strategy, and from what I heard, there's guys that were thinking about
trouble back straightaway, one car around on the apron here, and it's the 33 machine of Steve Woodard. Sorry to cut you off there, but he got up the racetrack in the fat back and got the car sideways, got into the fence a little bit, but he'll keep it rolling. So we're going to stay green here, Squeak.
Yeah, we did not see the caution there, and I'm sure a few drivers like, who was it, Justin, were hoping for that caution there, but unfortunately it's not going to play into his hands here tonight. And as I was saying, there's definitely going to be a lot of different pit strategies. I know a few guys were wanting to run it out, and a few other guys were running the short stop. And you also got to remember, this is a tricky pit road to get on, especially with these tires. If you try and go a little bit too much, you could find yourself going into the tri-oval grass or just missing pit road completely.
Yeah, and that's something you don't want to do. Like you said, you miss it just a little bit, you're in trouble. Up front here, Darling still hanging on to the race lead. 52 complete this time by.
Looks like Bob moved himself up to second here. Got past that 7 car of Chris Downing.
I tell you what, Bob the Builder up to second here, doing a great job. Let's right on board with Bob, sitting right there behind, about 0.8 of a second back. But folks, we're going to go to a quick crank it up here, and when we come back, we'll be near it. Well, we'll not be at, but we'll be closer to green flag stops here at Atlanta. Matt and Squeak up in the booth. We'll be back here at Atlanta in a moment. folks back here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As we come back from commercial here, everybody working their way through lap number 56. Alexander is still sitting in second, but I tell you what, Downing right there with him.
Yeah, Downing has not given him any relief as to making it easy for Bob here. He's actually putting a little bit of pressure on Bob, and that's kind of, they're not really, Bob hasn't had the opportunity to pull away yet, so it's going to be interesting to see if he makes any mistakes with that pressure from Chris Downing right behind him. But Chris Downing putting up a good fight here.
And Downing doing a good job putting up a good fight. And if we take a look, let's shine some light on some cars we haven't looked at all night. Let's go back through here. Let's go with Robert Mathis sitting in 21st. You know, he's back here. He's in 21st. He's still on the lead lap. Nice little run for Robert, trying just to hang on. He's right there behind John Green Slate and Robert in the 11. So, you know, this battle back here in the 20s, as you know, Squeak, every position matters.
Yeah, yes, every position does matter, and no matter where you're running, there'll always be someone or a few people that are battling for position, and I'm not quite sure if you're able to catch it, but a few of these cars actually have damage, and it looks like probably a few of them got in the wall off of 2, which may be affecting them just a little bit, but
yeah,
I think we should go up to second quick. Chris Downing got right back around Bob.
I tell you what, Downing did a good job. He's right back around Mr. Bob. And now trying to run down Darling. And the last time by, guess what? He was at least, you know, within the range of lap time that Darling was running. So he's going to try to focus forward here. We got a slow car on the bottom. It's going to be David Duke. Let's take a look here. Damage on the 78 possibly. He'll be coming to pit road. Not the night that David Duke is one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for them if they did get any damage there, but you know, I think we'll be seeing some green flag pit stops happen here soon within the next 10 to 15 laps. Again, I'm not quite sure what the pit window is for them.
Well,
but I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing them here soon.
I think it changes, man. I think if we're gonna run it out on fuel, I'd say somewhere around 50 or so. But if you're going to come straight in and kind of short pit, you're definitely in the window of doing that as well.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to see who wants to play the strategy card here and whoever it's gonna help. I'm sure they'll be glad, and whoever it doesn't help, I'm sure they'll find a way. And
well, we know,
it'll be interesting to see.
We know for a fact we're at 74 to go here, so we're looking at a 2-stop race regardless of how you do this at least. So, you know, I wouldn't be shocked as Justin White has hit pit road in the 2 machine, one of the first cars on the lead lap to come down. How Speed's on pit road right now as well. So a couple of these cars that's further back in the pack now, playing the gambling game, and going to go on pit road here and take 4 fresh tires.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by a few of these guys, maybe from 15th to 20th. Pitting here early on, trying to make up some track position, and I assume once the later pits, everyone else is going to pit, or if the top 10, if someone in the top 10 pits, everyone is going to follow, because you can't lose that much time if you're in the top 10.
No, you can't. You look at the gap up front, it's 1.8 seconds. What about Bob sitting here in third? What about him coming down and kind of throwing the game? You know, if he can come down a little earlier in the 2 in front of him, one lap even earlier, well, he's only 1.9 seconds back or so. The 1 lap would really make the difference. That could put him to the lead potentially.
Yeah, and I know Bob, and I know he's always thinking about how and when he can pit and when the right time is, and how he can maybe gain a little bit of time out there on track. And I'm pretty sure he's probably thinking about that right now and trying to call his shots right here.
Take a look back here to 9 of Eric Garrison. He's running down the 6 right now. Joshua looking at a battle here for 8th and 7th. And I'll tell you what, the one thing you don't want to do is come down pit road and then the yellow come out and kind of get trapped in that cycle of being a lap down.
Yeah, that is also something you're going to have to watch out for. And that, you know, as soon as we get to green flag pit stops, there might be a chance of a caution. Obviously, like I said earlier, it's a little bit trickier pit road to get on, and I would not be surprised if there was a caution from something like a mistake or someone overshooting or something else like that. So it's gonna have to be something that you are heads up on and are able to either abort or make a pit stop as quick as you can.
Exactly. Right now, the 6 under fire from the 9 moved to the bottom there for the number 9 Napa Auto Parts Machine. Eric Garrison pulling ahead there up to 7th. Good pass for Eric. Looks like Nathan got a lead, Nathan right there behind them also. And Joshua got a little bit loose there off of turn 2.
Yeah, Joshua looks like he's having a good night so far. Obviously, he's lost that position there to Eric Garrison, but that's one spot, and I mean, he's running ace, so I mean, I don't think I could ask for much more if I was him right now.
Taking a look here at Justin White, he just came off of pit road 4 laps ago. He's making up time on everybody in front of him right now. He's getting caught up behind some traffic, though, and that's the problem with this. You know, he just got hung up by the 11 of Robert. You don't want to get hung up here, because every time you get hung up, that's going to cost you time. On last time by, he was about 0.4 of a second faster that lap. We'll check it this lap, as he's got a little bit of clear running room in front of him.
Yeah, you're going to have to be patient, like I said earlier on in this race, especially if you're him. You do not want to get into the back of one of these guys and accidentally hook them or cause yourself to get a little bit of front end damage. You're just going to have to work your way through it and know that you are faster than these guys and that you do have the newer tires, but you don't want to cost yourself any more than you already are. So
exactly, and he's getting ready to at least get one of his laps back here. He's getting right up to the back bumper, your leader. That'll put him back to 1 lap down here as he drives that car off into 3 and 4. And you see just the difference of speed right there. That's your leader that he's driving by right now.
Yeah, I'm listening to the radio chatter here, and it sounds like there's going to be a few guys that are going to be pitting here within the next few laps.
Well, looks like Doug Neal is on pit road as we lost our co-commentator there for a second.
Here, and it's going to be wild here in a few laps.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be crazy right now. Jared up front still. And I tell you what, we lost you there for a minute, but when we lost you, we was talking about guys coming down. And we're starting to see more and more cars dive down pit road. Doug Neal on pit road right now, as the leaders are still staying out for now.
Yeah, let's not forget this battle for second place. Bob got right around Chris Downing again. It's going to get a little high, almost hit that wall off of 2. It's going to keep the position here, maybe. No, Chris Downing is going to give him pressure here going into turns 3 and 4. It's going to be side by side. I assume Bob's going to get the high line prevail as long as he is able to keep it under his belt. Looks like, yeah, he is. So he's going to take that second position back. But these two have been battling for the past at least 30 laps. I'm sure they're tired of each other. And I'm sure one or the other wants to pull away.
Yeah, you know, you got a guy like that that's right there with you. And you battle with him lap after lap after lap. You're just like, can I not get away from this guy?
Yeah, that's very frustrating when you're battling with the guy for so many laps, and you know you might be a little bit faster, but you're probably making a few mistakes here and there, which is causing you to lose some time. But for the time being, it looks like Bob's gonna hold on to this position and put a little bit of gap between him and Chris Downing.
Indeed, he is. Again, 73 of 134 laps complete here tonight. We're getting closer and closer to everybody hitting pit road for their first round of stops. You take a look at DeSantos. He's been out there on this set of tires for 56 laps and fuel. So we know we can go at least 56 laps on fuel. A couple of cars out there, that's where they're at right now, including Taylor Benjamin. But we're still going to have to make another stop. I have a feeling it's still going to be a 2-stop race. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're at 61 to go. What do you think? Do you try to stretch it out here? Is that what these guys are trying to do? go as far into this run as they can. Your leaders right now is at lap 50. He could go another 10 laps. So if he chooses to, he could run this out and make it a one-stop race here, Squeak.
Yeah, it's gonna, that's a tough call to make. I think I just heard Joe DeSantis saying he's gonna be pitting here. You know, now in 10 laps, that's a big difference. If you're gonna be pitting now in 10 laps, that's at least a few tenths a lap. So they're gonna stretch it, and I wouldn't be surprised, but there might be guys that are trying to do the opposite of you. So I guess we'll have to see here.
I think the leaders are fast enough that they can play that strategy and they'll play all for them. I think they probably could stretch it and make it work.
Yeah, they do have quite a lead. The top 5-ish do have quite a lead over the next 5, and then after that, you've got a few cars that are lapped down, and that they're definitely, the leaders do have a little bit of room to, play a little bit more strategy and that stuff, but can't play too much strategy.
Yeah, it goes back to the old saying, right? Don't beat yourself.
Yeah, that is not something you want to do.
And trust me, I've made that mistake before, and it's not a fun feeling to know that you caused it yourself just by the wrong strategy decision.
Yeah, we're gonna watch pit road here. Looks like Roberts. I can't tell which. I think that was the 11 car. Looks like he just missed pit road there. Has to go back around again.
Yeah, he's awful
I'm
slow
sure he's
here.
not going to be the last one that's going to be in this pit road.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? You miss it, and then you have to come all the way back around. And you have to reline up and do it all over again. Again, 79 on the board of the 134 scheduled for tonight.
Oh, looks like 7's going to come in sideways here. He's not going to make pit entry.
Oh, no. Let's go back and take a look at it here. What happened here? Oh, my goodness. He was completely sideways. Yeah, Squeak, he was out of control, and he did miss the pit entry cone. That's going to be an unsafe pit entry. That's going to spell trouble for Downing for sure.
Yeah, it's going to cost them if we don't get a caution here within the next 20 or so laps. It's going to be, I'm sure he'll remember it at the end of the race and come back, and it'll probably bite him in the butt for a little bit, but those are mistakes you can't be making right now.
I tell you what, the one person that was happy to see that was good old Bob there getting away from Downing now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's quite pleased to see that, and I'm sure he's thinking about the clean air that he'll get here when he exits pit road if he does come down pit road under green. So I'm sure that'll be paying dividends to him here. Also, do we want to mention that Taylor has made his scheduled pit stop here, so he's going to be back on pace with the new tires.
Taylor Benjamin right there in the number 88 Napa Auto Parts machine runs in the top 12 right now. Again, 81 and 134 complete here tonight. As always, Matt in the booth here tonight. We got Mr. Squeak up here with us. Again, coming to help out. And what a night it's been so far. Strategy plays. We've only had a few yellows on the evening. It's been a fun night overall, man.
Yeah, it has indeed, and thankfully we've been able to get a few green flag pit stops in and see how long this can go green for, and maybe see if we get a caution here later on. But looks like our second place, Mr. Bob the Builder, is on pit road. Going to be servicing his car here, as well as sounds like radio chatter is lighting up, and we're going to have a busy pit road here.
But you do realize right now, 58 laps complete on the leader's tires. They have stayed out, buddy, and guess what? They are good to go to the end on fuel. So there you go.
Thinking about that this whole run and played it right. As long as we don't get a caution, they should be good to go here.
Now, one thing I don't understand, Darwin staying out here, there's no reason to right now. You can make it on fuel. If I'm him, I'm bringing that car to pit road immediately.
Yeah, I don't see him staying out for too many more laps because he's just going to be giving up a lot of time to Bob here. Looks like we got the 9 car has a little bit of an issue entering pit road. He's just barely spun it around there. Nothing too significant, but it is going to cost him here.
It's going to cost him some time as we work 60 laps on this stint for your race leader. Again, Bob up front, he's made the stops. And if I'm Darling, dude, I'm starting to get worried about staying out much further.
Yeah, I don't know what the call is there, but obviously he's thinking about something because I don't think he'd be staying out this long if he knew them tires were paying out, or would pay out a lot of dividends.
Well, we're going to check lap times at the line here. Alexandra last time by was basically 2 seconds a lap faster than your race leader. Darling needs to get this car to pit road. You see him get out of shape there. Got to get to the bottom here.
It's like we got a car stopped right before pit road, and he's going to tow back. And 38, we got another car missing pit road here. I believe that's the 38 of Christopher.
Oh, that's not going to be good. He's completely out in the grass here. Wow.
Ooh, that's a tight squeeze for those guys coming up right behind him. Almost got in the back of him.
Yeah, he came back up on the racetrack there. Made it really a dicey situation. Maybe that's what Darlene's waiting on, trying to see if there's going to be a yellow.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And there it is.
Our lucky caution.
Try to go back.
Unlucky for some drivers, I shall say.
We'll go back and see if we can find out what the yellow was actually for.
Looks like we had a car sideways, and I think it was the 38 of Christopher. More problems for him, looks like.
Yeah, he just had a mess here. He's trying to get back up to speed. Oh, man.
Now, I do want to mention quickly, if we look at the standings, there is currently only 2 cars on the lead lap. And one of those guys that was on the lead lap was Derek M. Garrison. And he had just gotten on pit road and was servicing his car during this. So he's going to have newer tires, and I think he's going to get the lead because Jared is going to have to come down pit road.
Yeah, we're going to let this kind of play through and figure out strategy-wise what's going on. Well, folks, while we let everything cycle out, we'll take one more commercial break. We'll be back live here in Atlanta in just a moment. NASCAR ButtKicker Cup Series brought to you by Unified iRacing here on Extreme Sim TV. Matt Squeak in the booth. We'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, folks, back here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, squeaking Matt, once again getting ready for a restart. Here tonight, it looks like Jared T. Darling is going to cycle through to your race. Lead Alexandra being scored on my timing and scoring a second, but I'm not 100% sure that that is accurate. And,
yeah, they had to. Looks like they had to extend the caution here because so many people were taking the wave, and they're still trying to get the lineup sorted here correctly.
Yeah, the 34 is a lap down. I mean, in between Alexandra and the race leader, along with a couple other cars. So it looks like we're going to be in a little bit of an extended yellow here till we get this sorted. Hashtag iRacing needs to let us be able to throw red flags for this. But, you know.
You're right. Would help a lot.
Yeah. You could just stop the field and then wave the other guys around and get it fixed that way. But it looks like they're going to let them go here. They're double file, and the lights ain't back on the pace car yet. Still not 100% sure that the lineup's right. Because we got the 8 on the outside front row, and he's a lap down.
Yeah, that really threw a wrench in the lineup order here. It's going to be crazy to see people working up to the field, and here we go. Green flag is out.
We're back green. Again, the lineup are not exactly accurate, but they're going to let them go green. Keep in mind your actual second place car is Bob, and he is way back there in the mix, trying to get forward. Surprised they didn't throw another caution here to let iRacing kind of sort it here. But
yeah, that was a jumbled mess right there, and I'm sure they thought the same thing and wanted to try and fix lineup order a little bit better, but they've gone. They went green and they're still green, so I guess it worked out in a way.
Ooh, did you see the 9 there? It was on the bottom.
Looks like a little bit. Oh, we're gonna have a big wreck here in 1 and 2.
And yellow's out on the racetrack. And again, yellow back out. Well, we said we need another caution. We didn't want it that way. And we have a mess. It's a parking lot down here.
Yeah, at least another 5 or 6 cars involved in that wreck. I'm not quite sure what happened. I just saw a few cars get together going into one, and it's like gonna have to watch the replay here.
Oh, there was some contact there with Alexandra was involved. Man, oh man. And we just got done talking about that, man. That, you know, coming back through the field, we'll take one more look at it. That's what triggered this whole thing, I do believe. Man, oh man, oh man. Not good for Alexandra. Again, running second. Was behind some lap cars there. And it was just an absolute mess.
Yeah, as soon as you see cars coming back up on the track, that's never a good sign, and that's probably going to be a big wreck. Unfortunate for the guys involved, but you know that's what happens when you got a lineup mixed and you got guys who are on the lead lap with newer tires trying to come through the field with guys who are on older tires, a few laps down or not. It's a disaster just waiting to happen.
Yeah, it looks like Alexander on pit road, Jared T. Darling on pit road, taking 4 fresh tires here. Again, they had extra set basically because we had that long run, so probably not going to hurt them here to burn another set right quick.
Yeah, and we just have a little bit over 34 laps to go, about 40-ish, I believe. I'm not really good at math right now. But, you know, if we do get another caution here, it's going to be interesting to see. Even if we do get a caution with like 20, maybe 10 laps to go, them tires can pay dividends if you have extra and if we keep getting cautions and cautions, so.
Yeah, but you can't really, you know, you might as well at this point go burn the set. There's nothing like an unused set of tires on pit road, man. You know.
That is true.
They ain't going to do you no good sitting in pit road. So, might as well get them on
Yeah,
the
that
car.
is very true. Hate seeing extra sets of tires in the pits when maybe could have used them earlier in the race or later in the race when it goes green or late caution. So
Well, there's an old saying that goes with that, man. There's nothing no more useless than unused fuel in an airplane and unused tires on a race car.
I love me some fresh tires, so you know. I'm not gonna say no to fitting right now, and like you said, better use them now than later if you don't get the chance.
Exactly, buddy. Well, we're gonna get ready to go back green here in a moment. Man, it's been a heck of a night so far. A lot of fun. Great racing on the racetrack. We'll get ready to get it going here. 97 and 134 complete. And we, again, like you said, we head over to Bristol Motor Speedway next weekend. That should be fun here next Saturday night.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be short track racing. I think it's during the daytime, I believe, maybe nighttime, but you know, it's gonna be. Sure, we'll see a lot of chaos happening and people getting mad at each other, and it'll be fun to watch. And I'm sure we're in for a great finish here tonight, either way.
As we get ready to go green at once again here in a moment. Again, 98 of 134 complete this time by. So here we go once again, man, getting ready to go back at it.
Yeah, even though Bob might have been a little bit involved in that wreck, you know, he's not sitting too bad right now. He's sitting in fourth place on that high side. Sure, he's eager to get back to where he was running before that caution and green flag pits up to second place. So I'm sure he's going to be one to watch here as these laps start to wind down.
Tell you what, you take a look at your points leader up there in second right now. 15 laps on those tires. He's out there in no man land at the moment, pretty much.
Yeah, it's something Bob's going to have to watch out for in case there is tire spin here. You don't want to get into second place here if he does end up spinning his tires.
Well, we're about to find out. We're going to go green here, lap number 98 on the board. Back underway, a little bit of accordion back through the pack, but everybody gets off pretty well here. And right now, up in front, everybody gets to the bottom. Look at that. Here comes Bob trying to make the outside work, but even with fresh tires, it just doesn't look like that outside lane can do it.
Yeah, I think the top line comes in a little bit later in the run. I'm not quite sure it's going to be such a big deal as to right now, but he's searching and he's trying to get up to second place and possibly the lead here. As we get a battle for fourth and fifth.
Good battle back here, fourth, fifth, sixth. All these guys, as Bob's still trying to take over second as well. Bob actually going to pull side by side. Makes that run into turn 3 and 4. Trying to make that outside line work. Let's see if he can do it off turn 4.
Yeah, he's definitely using that high side and them newer tires to his advantage here. I think he's going to be able to clear him, if not have a little bit more of a lead going on in 1 and 2. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to clear him here and set sail on that leader, Jared.
Let's see if he can take advantage of those newer tires to get to Jared and maybe get around him here. Here he comes. He'll cut to the bottom. Can't do it right now. Side by side behind him, that's going to be Aaron and Taylor Butcher Benjamin, along with one other car, Beal, back here battling it out here inside the top 5 also. It's a great battling right now up front there, Squeak. Getting down to it here, buddy.
Yeah, well, it looks like Bob almost got on the wall off the exit of 2 right there. It's going to cost him maybe second place here, just a little bit. They're going to be side by side going through turns 3 and 4. That's one thing Bob's going to have to watch out for is he does not want to mess up. He does not want to burn them tires up too quickly and cost himself second place, because right now that third place car of Nathan has a little bit worn tires. So if he loses that spot or even the spot to the 4, he's gonna fall back and not have the chance of having that clean air and fresher tire advantage.
No, he won't. Right now, as they work their way through, of course, that's Nathan trying to hang on, but right now he's dropping back here. 104 complete. Well, what do you think? You think Bob's got something to get up there and get your leader of Mr. Jared T. Darling up out of the way and maybe get the race lead here?
Yeah, I think he has a good shot here right now.
Ooh.
As he goes to the inside, he's gonna be tight on his door. Side by side turns 3 and 4. The one's trying to hang on there on that high side. Bob with the lower and fresher tire advantage.
Now look at Bob go to the bottom, but look behind him, man. We've got a big run coming for car variant.
Bob's going to clear himself going into 1 and 2 here. New leader.
New leader. That's going to be Bob up front. But here comes the 4. Trying to spoil the party. Bob throws a block. And Bob getting aggressive up front, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think.
Bob ran that little higher line entering turns 3 and 4 while that 4 car entered just a little bit lower than Bob, trying to get some air off the nose, and we're going to have a caution here, it looks like.
Caution on the Speedway once again. We'll go see if we can find what the problem is. It looks like it's going to be from the 6 having an incident. We'll go take a look. Precaution out lap number 106. And let's take a look at what happened.
Oh
boy, just gets up the racetrack too high. And
yeah,
nothing he can do there. Just ride it out. Slides back up the racetrack. Brings the caution out. And well, now we got a late race caution, buddy. What do you think? You go get that other set now? Do you wait? What do you do?
Man, that's gonna be a tough call here. There's always the thought of a caution lurking. There's always, what if it goes green? Man, that's gonna be a tough decision for these guys to make, because we're still a little less than 30 laps to go. Man, that's gonna be a tough decision.
And if I'm not mistaken, most of these guys only got 1 set of tires left.
Yeah, I think a few of these guys, if not most, have only 1 set of tires. Maybe if you guys got 2 sets, but
most of your front runners diving down here. It looks like the first car to stay out, Dakota Camper. He'll stay out along with Joey. A couple more will stay out. But for the most part, everybody able to come to pit road up front.
yeah, like you said, it looks like we do have a few takers here, or a few stay-outers, people who stayed out here. It's gonna be interesting to see what the pit strategy on this is for the 17. Obviously, we know that these guys that just pitted are gonna have newer tires and are gonna be eager to get back through the field.
Yeah, exactly. So as we get ready here, just shy of 20 laps to go. Again, this series, another thing that makes this series so much different, man. You can kind of talk about this a little bit, is because we run a lot later at night, get into these races down to the end, people are starting to get tired as well.
Yeah, I know from my experience and racing in this series for a few years, it definitely is a little bit later than most other races and leagues I run in. So there is some nights where I might be a little bit tired, and once you start getting tired, especially at tracks like this, that's when the mistakes start happening. And if you start making mistakes, you're going to start hitting walls and maybe spinning out and getting into other people. And that's not something you want if you are a competitor or another driver. But if you're these guys that are staying out and hoping for a caution, that is something you want to see.
Exactly, buddy. Well, we're going to get ready to turn them back loose again here in just a moment. And man, this race has went by in a hurry, buddy.
Yeah, I was expecting a little bit more cautions and not as. I wasn't expecting these green flag runs, if you want me to be honest, but everyone here has done a great job tonight of giving room and being patient and having these green flag pit stops and all that's good stuff. So hats off to these guys for putting on a good show for us, and hopefully we're in for a good finish.
But you want to know the funny part, my man? We'll have plenty of cautions next week, I promise.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we definitely will have plenty of cautions, plenty of entertainment, and like I said, there are probably some people pissed off, and I'm sure we'll see some guys being mad at each other, but that's Bristol.
Oh man. Well, lights are going to go off on the pace car once again. We'll get back going one more time in just a moment.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and if this is the last caution that we do see, which I'm not surprised if we do see another one, but if it is, it's going to be interesting to see these guys who just pitted and see how they're able to work around the 17 car.
As we get ready to go once again, everybody side by side up front. Getting ready to turn them back loose. Man, oh man, this is going to be fun. Who can hang on? That's going to be the question. Dakota Camper out there on the island, 14 lap old tires. Everybody right there immediately behind him has new tires. Then some guys stayed out even further back, but they're still one lap down, so that's not going to help them very much.
Now, I just want to point out something quickly. If we look at this, Bob the Builder is third in line on the bottom behind the 17. So if anything happens to the 17 here, he's going to be stuck behind him. But here we go. Turn 4 into the restart zone. Going to take the green flag here, and looks like the 17 is going to have a good restart.
Oh, I'm sure Bob the Builder's happy to see that, man. Back up to speed. Now everybody fighting their way through. Bob probably not happy. He lost some time on pit road. He'd gotten to the race lead. Now restarting deeper in the pack.
It'll be 3 wide here for the race lead.
Here comes Benjamin. Oh boy.
17's gonna be put in the middle here.
Benjamin trying to fight back on the bottom. Can Benjamin hang on and grab the lead from Darling? Right here side by side. What do you think, Squeak? Who's going to get it?
Man, I don't know, but if these guys keep racing each other hard, don't count out Bob as he's closing in here pretty soon. Pretty tight on that once bumper and right behind Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out what the best move to make here. Whether he needs to stay in the line or maybe try to force it 3 wide. 113 goes up on the board. That time by. Boy, oh boy.
Something to remember as well, quickly. Excuse my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, you're
never
good.
mind, get a cop.
Yellow on the racetrack.
Got a big wreck again in 1 and 2.
1 and 2, yellow out. We'll probably get a camera back there to it. Looks like poor Brandon's involved in this one. Or pouring smoke. Go back and see if we can figure out what happened. Brandon Thomas involved. Oh, what in the world happened here? 2 and 3 wide down the back straightaway.
I don't know what happened. That's interesting.
Yeah, we're still catching up to you here. Not sure what happened. Again, folks were coming. Oh, just wow. This looks like the car just went. Maybe some net code, possibly? Because that car just shot around.
I don't know. It looks like he started to lose it. And I'm not quite sure if he also got net code. But he hit that wall hard.
Yeah, I'm really perplexed here. Super slow-mo, the car just starts to go sideways. out of nowhere and overcorrects, and man, the 7 got a piece of that as well as he come through into the outside wall of Chris Downing hard into the wall also.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Remember earlier on in this race, we saw Chris Downing up there racing for the lead, and now he's back there, and looks like he's got some damage on that car, and that's not something he wanted to see happen.
Yeah, that car's pretty much toasted at this point.
Yeah, unfortunate night for Brandon, though. That's the second wreck he's been involved in, and I'm sure he's probably done for the night, and probably something it's probably something he's going to want to forget here moving on to next week.
As we get ready to go here, 19 laps to go. And I want to kind of make an announcement that got to do with real life racing, so while we're under caution, I'll do this. Well, Squeak Buddy, for the first time in ARCA Menards racing sanctioned history, we have a female winner. No, it was not Haley Deegan. Gracie Trotter picked up the ARCA West win at the Bull Ring at Las Vegas, so congratulations. Pretty big deal. See, breaking news over here, Squeak. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's huge for her, and I'm sure she's happy, and I'm sure that's good for the sport to see female presence and making history as we go along, and it's exciting news and exciting to see, and happy for her.
That's kind of funny. It's not Haley Deegan getting that on her. She stole it from her.
Yeah, and obviously that I know I saw a few people wondering why, and that was because it's ARCA, so they're different series than what Deegan won in.
Yeah, but hey, still an ARCA series. But as we get we're gonna get ready to fire them back up. Got Benjamin out front here, the Butcher out front. You've got Darling right there. You've got Alexandra right there. Garrison there in fourth, and Bill in fifth. And what will be a 17-lap showdown to end this one off tonight.
Now, I just want to go through the top 4 quickly. Taylor Butcher Benjamin was our last year's series champion, so he's going off some pride and stride. Jared, I believe he's newer to the league, or if not, then he has ran some races, but he's up there. We also do have Bob, who has not won in quite a while in the Unified iRacing Series League, so I'm sure he's eager to get back to victory lane here in this league. And then you got Derek M. Garrison. He's been fast, and he won last week in a dominance performance, and I do not expect anyone else to be in the top 4 right now than these guys, so gonna see which one is able to cap it off here tonight.
Yeah, pretty much got ourselves a little all-star showdown up there.
Yeah, we do, and it's going to be exciting to see here as we wind down these few remaining laps.
Here we go, coming to green, 17 to go.
Green.
And green is out once again, buddy.
Got a good start on the high side from the 1 and the 8. Usually we've seen in these past restarts where the high side hasn't had such a good restart. Looks like Taylor's still going to use that bottom side to his advantage. Is going to be able to clear the 1. A little bit of contact made.
The builder got the hammer out and took it to that 1 machine up the racetrack.
Yeah, he definitely put the door to that 1 machine, and I'm sure the 1 isn't too happy about that move. But it's going to play out for Bob, at least. 1 less car you have to worry about for a little bit. But I'm sure if that 1's able to get to the 29's bumper, he'll probably be like, he'll probably give him a little bump and say, hey, I remember what you just did to me.
Indeed he will. Look right here, battle down the back straightaway now. Look at that, back to the bottom. They're trying to get it back from Bob. Bob falling back.
We got a car sideways back there. Looks like 7th position, maybe. I believe that was the 17.
We are still green. We got a fight and a half up front. Get the gloves off, boys, because it's a fight. Up front, here we go. Oh my goodness.
That was tight racing. Bob almost got spun right there. I do want to say good save by the 17 last lap. Could have been a big wreck, but heads up to everyone there. Still got a battle second here.
The Butcher out front behind him. He's got Bill fighting it out with the 8 of Derek M. Garrison. And let's see what happens in turn 1. Derek's going to get clear to second. Here comes the one machine. Working his way up forward. Oh man, this is not going to end well. Carney outside wall, but they keep it going. Boy, oh, 14 laps to go. The Butcher out front. I think Taylor's going to have to make that car wide if he's going to hang on to the race lead here.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to make this car wide here as Derek Garrison is coming up to his back bumper in a hurry. One car that has fallen back just a little bit is Bob. I'm not quite sure if he's just trying to be patient and hoping these guys wreck, or if he maybe possibly made a mistake here and there and just had to settle down quickly.
Yeah, either way, right now we're coming to 12 to go, buddy. We're running out of time. 3 cars under a blanket up front. The Butcher blocks. Man, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He's earned that nickname across multiple leagues. And right now he's up front. We got a car sideways on him.
They saved it. I'm not sure if that involved the 29 or not, but good save by them. Let's go back up to the race lead. They're going to be side by side here. Derek Garrison and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Derek not giving any room to Taylor off of turn 4. They're still side by side. That one's trying to decide as to where he wants to go. Maybe take it 3 wide.
We got cars in the grass back there as well, but just fight up front. Man.
Not giving any room here. They're tied on each other's doors going through the corners. They really want to win this, but it looks like Derek got the high side run. Gonna pull up just a little bit down the back straight away.
Butcher up the racetrack. You seen him get tight there, but he kept it off of Derek.
Here comes that help from the 1 for Derek. He's gonna possibly get clear here going to 1 and 2. Not quite, but he is gonna have that high line run. See if maybe he can clear him on the back straightaway here. That 1's also going with the 8, which is also helping him both.
Yeah, and that's going to push him clear down the back straightaway. Butcher drops to 3rd. Derek to the race lead. Derek trying to make it round 2 and 3 sweep here at Atlanta. But he's going to have to hold off Darling to do it. And folks, we're going to have 9 laps to go. Block down the front straightaway, but look at that.
Side by side going in turns 1 in here. Not to forget, but the 83 is also, he has also caught up to these top 3 who are racing. And it looks like the 1 got a little bit tight off the exit right there. It's gonna cost him time and allow Butcher Benjamin to get back underneath him.
The Butcher back to the bottom. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the time being, Derek's gonna have a little bit of breathing room, but not much because these 2 behind him are hungry for this win.
And we got a war for second right now. The out front Garrison trying to make a sweep of it. How would it be for him, man, getting round 2 and round 3 back to back and the momentum he would have?
Well, Derek is really good at this type of race, and he's good at conserving them tires, and he's always usually there at the end. So I'm sure it'll give him a lot of confidence and a lot of boosts going into these next few races. And I'm sure just as eager as that 1 wants to get this win, I'm sure Derek is saying, I got this.
Yeah, Derek's running the bottom here. He's running a pretty smooth line with 6 to go. I think his plan.
Oh no!
Oh,
it's gonna cause the leaders trouble.
Oh no, that made trouble behind them. And at the time of caution, who had the lead at the time of caution? I think they're gonna give it to Jared Darley. So Jared gets the lead here, but we had a mess on the back straightaway.
Man.
What in the world? There was slower traffic here, and that just 83. Oh,
Oh, looks like he just barely tapped the wall and got into the 83, and
Bob gets collected in it. He's got to be livid right now. Wow. This doesn't look like the lap car held his line.
no, it doesn't. Unfortunately, looks like he just tapped the wall and came down right into the 83. Unfortunate.
Alexandra, Bob trying to get caught back up. So let's bring that number 29 Good Ranch Chevrolet to pit road. And we got cars on pit road here. Darling on pit road. Derek M. Garrison on pit road. I thought they'd used all their set of tires, but apparently not. We got cars on pit road, and that leaves Butcher, Benjamin, and Joe out there on 22 lap old tires. You know, earlier on when we said, how do you want to play the strategy? Well, guess what, buddy? It doesn't look like it worked out very well for Butcher in this situation.
No, it doesn't. I'm sure he's going to be a sitting duck here as we get back to the green flag. But, looks like from that wreck, we had at least 4 cars, the 29, the 83, the 38, and the 31 all get involved there. So that's unfortunate for each and every one of them, as they all had good runs going. And I know Chris Schooler, he was rebounding after getting in an early wreck and had worked his way back up to the top 10, and I think that's going to pretty much end his night.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be an interesting end to this race here tonight. It's going to be basically a green, white, checkered shootout, man, with some very hungry drivers up front.
Yeah, that there will be, and I'm sure we'll probably have maybe one caution. If not, then we'll probably have cars beating and banging and leaning on each other. And we got, like we said earlier in the night, Joe Dos Santos, he's back up here again after having a little bit rougher mid-race. He's back up here. He's in contention for the win. But I think these two, the 1 and the 8, they're going to be guys that got newer tires. They were leading right there, and they're going to have to be just enough patient to where they don't get caught up in any wrecks or cause any wrecks, but I think they're going to be hungry to get this win.
10-4, buddy. Well, like I said, it's going to be a shootout here at the very end.
Gonna possibly be set up for one of these good old Atlanta finishes.
Yeah, it's going to be, Atlanta is known for those, man. They're great finishes. And I'll tell you what, I think you're exactly right. I think we're going to have another one here.
Yeah, we're going to line them up here. 1 to go. Got Taylor Butcher Benjamin to the inside as your leader. You got Joe Dos Santos and Jared Darling in 3rd. Derek and Smith in 4th. And Joey Duchette in 5th.
And 4, it's going to be great. Way to end the night here on Extreme Sim TV. Again, Squeak up in the booth with us all night. I've had fun with you here, Squeak.
I've enjoyed this night so far. We've had a great race, and we're gonna be in for a great finish, and we'll see how it plays out.
And so we'll bring it to an end here. Again, green, white, checkered. If we make it back around to get the white flag, that will be your race. If not, we'll line them up, and try it all again. So here we go. Here we go, coming to green. 2 laps to go. Getting ready to go green here. Pace car will dive down pit road.
Taylor's gonna lead him to the restart zone here.
Green flag.
They're gonna go green flag racing here. Good restart by both lanes. It's like Derek's giving the push to the 5 here.
Oh man, this is gonna get dicey. Taylor is going to have to block for all it's worth to keep that one behind him. Out of turn number 2 right now. The one pitch, and around he goes. The one into the inside wall, but we're still green here. Up front,
no caution yet.
Taylor Benjamin trying to hang on. Here comes Garrison to the bottom.
Derek M. Smith, he's going to look to the inside of Taylor.
White flag. We made it back to the white flag, folks. Here we go. One left to go. Garrison going to try to take over the race lead over Benjamin. He does it. Garrison clear.
Pushed a little bit tight. They're going to be wrecking up.
Here we go. We got a mess. Who's going to make it through? 88 the inside wall. Benjamin around. With out front, Derek M. Garrison. And we've got a parking lot in turns 3 and 4. But Derek M. Garrison going to hang on and get the win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Joey second. And boys, we got a mess down in turn 4.
Garrison going back to back here at Atlantis tonight. And how about the surprise for, I'm sure it wasn't really surprised considering he was sitting in 5th before then, but the 21, he was able to escape that mess on that last lap and get a 2nd place finish. And Bob here in 4th. That's a heck of a night for Bob here.
But man, guys, go back and look at the 9, man. This is a mess in turns 3 and 4. At least 12, 13 cars collected in this major incident that ended the night down here in 3 and 4.
Yeah, that was definitely a parking lot that happened on the backstretch here. Numerous cars involved. Taylor Butcher Benjamin being one of them who was just leading the race. Now looks like he's going to finish unofficially in 9th place.
But how about that for Derek M. Garrison, man? Coming out here, brings out the broom, gets to round 2 sweet, or round 2 and 3 sweet. Well, Mr. Squeak, we're going to grab a word with our race winner here in just a moment, buddy.
Sounds like a plan here. Looks like he's going to push his brother here, Eric Garrison, maybe.
And Mr. Garrison, Matt in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All righty, I see you're pushing your brother back around here, but what a way to get the win here tonight, buddy.
Open up on me, man.
You got me now, buddy?
I got you loud and clear.
10-4, what a way to get the win here tonight. I see you're pushing your brother back to pit road, but what a win for you, bud.
Oh, my goodness. It's 2 in a row. That's the way to start out a season, man.
Well, 2 races, 2 wins. Way to go, buddy. What was it like those last few laps?
Well, I was going to try to make it 3 wide. That way Jared there didn't have any space there and try to get away from him. And I mean, it was eventful. I'm still trying to gather my thoughts there. But let me do this burnout real quick.
Burning it down over there in the number 8 machine. Deservedly so, man. 2 wins already on the season for that number 8 of Mr. Garrison. Man, he did what a burnout too, man. Squeaky's getting it with that burnout, buddy.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of practice with these burnouts. I know he's done quite a few, and each one seems to just get better and better by the bit. So definitely not new to these burnouts.
Well, I tell you what, he's such a good driver. He does a great job. And Mr. Garrison, if you got us, man, great. You're a great job. Great start to the year. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Well, first of all, I got to thank both my teammates, Steve and Eric, on GGR. Man, that's 2 in a row. I couldn't do it without them, so big shout out to both of them for being a team player there. And thank for the UiL ButtKicker series and Extreme Sim TV for the awesome broadcast weekly.
All right, man, I appreciate it. Well, man, we're going to let you go celebrate. And we'll see you next week at Bristol, my man.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, there you go. Your race winner. Let's grab P2. Joey coming home second. Let's grab him if we can. Trying to find Joey down here. Where did Joey go? There he is, a 21 machine out of that Simbox Racing stable. Hey Joey, man, up here in the booth, got a copy? Hey Joey, man, up here in the booth, you got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, buddy, coming home second. You got through the chaos to bring her home P2.
Yeah, very exciting race. A lot of cautions at the end. Just got me in the right position. First run, I did 88 laps on the tires. I had like 2 other sets when the cautions came out. They just fell right and avoided the chaos.
Well, you did a great job, man. You bring her home second here. Great run for you and your team here tonight, buddy.
Oh yeah, thanks for having for Simbox adding me to the team. Them guys are great over there, and the league too. Great league, great group of guys, and I appreciate just being here.
All right, man. Again, congratulations coming home second here tonight, and good job, buddy. And again, we'll see you next week as we roll into Bristol, bud.
Sounds good. You guys have a great night.
Okay. All right, there we go. Let's grab third up here if we can. Mr. Corey, maybe that number 4 machine. Top 3 finish for him tonight. Hey, Mr. Corey, Matt in the booth, got a copy? Hey, Matt. Hey, Corey, Matt.
How's it going?
Hey, man, good run here tonight. Coming home third here this evening.
I was surprised there with all the wrecks. I was kind of running 8th there, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm in 3rd, so not a bad run at all.
Well, a good top 3 finish. Good way to end off the night, nevertheless, man. That's what it's about, just sticking around to the end, and you get there, and you never know what you might end up with.
For sure. Definitely at a track like Atlanta, where it's nice and slippery. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, you come home third here tonight. Good run. You head to Bristol next week. What's your thoughts headed into next week, my man?
Stay home. It's going to be Bristol. It's going to be tough, for sure.
Alrighty, man. Well, good luck, and we'll see you next week at Bristol. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Just everyone who runs the league, all the admins. Of course, you guys up in the booth. You guys do a good job. Keep it up.
Alrighty, man. Well, we'll see you next week, brother. Alright, we'll see you next week, my man.
Amen.
Alright, Ward. Where does Squeak think he's going? Squeak better get his butt right back up here. And I'm grabbing Squeak back. I'm bringing him to the broadcaster's abode. Squeak, you got brought back.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Hi, Squeak. Squeak thought he was going to get away before we went off air.
I didn't know who moved me yet. I didn't realize I was moved.
Alrighty, man. Well, let's take a look before we go off air here once again. Again, guys, I don't have the regular points working right, but we'll take a look at the points. Simbox Racing, another big night for them. That's going to make up some ground with another win. How about that? I got to think the team there, that's kind of the losing team of the night, is going to go to SRN. They're losing a lot of points there in the team here tonight. And of course, your regular points, but I kind of want to look at these team points because that's important too. And that gets overlooked a lot of times, Squeak, just how important the team points actually.
Yeah, team points. Most people would not look at them or not worry about them, but in this league, team points are going to mean something. And you heard from Garrison, our winner. He said, he shouted out his teammates, and like he was saying, like both of you are saying, excuse me. Them team points are going to mean something, and if you and your other teammates have a bad night and you're not able to capitalize, that's going to move you down the charts, and then it's just going to be that much harder going on with these races to make up them points again.
Yeah, it is, and we head over to Thunder Valley, Bristol Motor Speedway, and that should be a fun night, a long night, I would imagine, but a fun one. So, before we get out of here, Squeak, thanks for coming up tonight, buddy.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was super fun to be able to be in the booth for this race and got that exciting finish that we wanted, and it was amazing.
Mr. Garrison picking up win number 2 on the season in a row here tonight from Atlanta. Well, until next time, folks, everyone stay safe out there. Have a great night. From Matt in the booth, as always, with Squeak. Wish you the best. Have a good night. God bless everyone.